Good morning, complete men. Today's topic is about taking control of your calendar, particularly if you have an executive assistant or someone who you have put in charge of managing your calendar. And this is something that happens quite often in my conversations with executive men, CEOs, even entrepreneurs, leadership team members, a lot of people who have EAs, executive assistants. And one of the questions when I get into, okay, what do you have going on this week that we need to focus on? Is it in line with your overall big goal? And the big goal is a breakthrough inspiring goal. I'll do an episode on that specifically here another time. But a lot of times I get the answer, well, let me take a look at my calendar, and they'll go through and you can see, if they're on Zoom, I can see the look on their face. Like there's a little bit of confusion. There's a little bit of unsure about this. And I always get the same response when I ask, who manages your calendar? Who is in charge of your calendar? And they always say my executive assistant. But they're really, really good. They make sure that I only have appointments in my calendar that are really important. So I want you to understand this. The only person who is in charge of your time is you, nobody else. It is you. At the end of the day, you need to be responsible for what goes into your calendar and whether that aligns with your goals or not. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to delegate scheduling appointments or rescheduling using or through your executive assistant or whoever you use. Totally all for that. But you need to have parameters. They need to understand what your goal is for that particular week. This becomes a big challenge because I see when executive assistants book meetings for people in advance for the let's just say the CEO in advance, a month away. That appointment at that particular time in that particular week may not align with the goals of the CEO that particular week. So what ends up happening is the CEO may have a major initiative or a goal or whatever it is that they need to achieve for that week, and that appointment that was set a month ago does not align with it. So what ends up happening? It either screws up the momentum, takes them off track, or it has to be rescheduled. So what is the point of that? Nothing. So this is why it's very important that you have a very good relationship with your EA, that you have parameters set with your EA to know what your goal is for that particular week. And that means that you will have to sit down with your EA and say, for these weeks, this is what my priorities are. These are my goals. If you're not doing that, then you're not going to be aligned, because a lot of times the biggest challenge is people have meetings in their calendar that don't even align with their own goals. If you're an executive in a corporate world, you know more than anybody what I'm talking about, because everybody else has their priority put into your calendar. And that doesn't work. It doesn't work for you as an executive, a manager, or a business owner. That's a complete opposite of actually getting productivity and achieving your goals. So you either have parameters with your executive assistant. I always encourage that. Or secondly, you review your calendar 1 week in advance. So you know what needs to be changed, what needs to be shifted, what your EA needs to do to protect your time that week so it aligns with your goals. I am so adamant about this. I can't express this enough. In fact, I am a stickler for my own calendar. Even though I have an EA, I am very much a stickler because I want to make sure that my week is my week. It's not anybody else's week. If I'm there, I'm obviously there to help other people. I'm there to help other people achieve their goals. But if I can't achieve my own goals, I can't help anybody else achieve their goals. That's the ultimate thing you need to remember. So what is your mind shot for today? If you have an executive assistant, then you need to sit down and have a conversation with them and set the parameters of your schedule, what they cannot book, when they should, and outline for yourself in advance what your weekly goals are or should be, so that your EA knows what kind of appointments she should book or he should book in any particular week. There you go. That's your mind shot. I challenge you to do that. and see how it changes your productivity and your effectiveness towards achieving your biggest goals. I hope this helps, and I wish you the very best. Take care.